Hey guys, Phil Baumhart here. So for today's video, I'll be trying to make a ulu type of knife. This is something been used by the First Nations people as like a cooking, cleaning knife. And I think the type that most people are familiar with is called a Alaskan type ulu, where if this is the blade, you have two pieces of steel that come up, and you've got your handle there. The type I'm going to be making is called a West Greenland type of ulu. I'm not going to try to pronounce it in the Inuit language. I don't want to butcher it. But basically its construction is like a push dagger. So I'm going to make a elongated tang. I got a nice piece of antler that'll be the handle, and then I'll draw out the rest for the blade. This is a piece of 80 CRV2, 3/16 of an inch thick. Probably cut this down to about 4 inches is my starting stock. I'll forge in the tang, forge in the blade, call it good. So we'll get this hot, see what I can make. So just like doing any narrow tangs on my D-guards or anything like that, using the edge of the anvil to set in some shoulders. Alright, so sort of getting away from me here. I'm getting a little bit of a uneven angle. So I think what I got to do to remedy that is get her about there and hit on this shoulder to try to deepen that one. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, that's looking a little better. Still uneven. I gotta do kind of the same thing to the other side. I'm going to try my fullering tool here. Clean it up with this. Okay, this part here, which will be basically exposed, that can be a little bit bigger. It's going to kind of flatten it out, widen it out a little bit that way, and we'll keep it narrow up here and go through the antler. Still not super happy with the shoulders, but at this point I don't think there's much I can do about that. Might try cleaning them up with the ball peen a little bit, but not catastrophic, but there you have it. Alright, I think it's about time to cut this down and get my blade material set up. I I guess I really didn't need to take as much time on these shoulders here, because I'm going to be using that to kind of draw out my blade. So, oh well. Okay, well, I think this may have officially gone to shit. I'm going to have to reevaluate my strategy on this. Maybe we'll scrap it. We'll see. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is kind of get basically a point on each of these ends. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but you know, we started at this being 2 inches wide. This is probably like 3 inches by now, at least over 2.5. So, you know, kind of got an interesting chisel shape going on, but we'll keep at it. Alright, well, we're definitely getting there. This end got a little too hot and it melted a bit, so we're really going to have a problem getting it even, but we will see. Okay, feel like I did a decent job of salvaging that, so we'll get this to a point and we'll forge our bevels. Alright, well, I think it's about as good as we're going to get. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to end up cleaning it up on the grinder, but well, we'll see. Maybe it'll be asymmetrical. Most Zulus are symmetrical, but you know, whatever. But great, we got the right shape that we want here. So I'm going to take this meat here in the middle, draw that out, thin it down, forge in the edge bevels, and so hopefully by doing that, it'll kind of give it a curve instead of this brick chisel look. Well, there's our finished ulu. Kind of looks like a Viking battle axe in its shape, which I don't hate. Wasn't the idea I set out for, but I think it'll look pretty good on the handle. I got everything straight. That edge is super thin, so I'm gonna have to be careful grinding it. But That's almost ready to just put a final edge bevel on. So might do some grinding, clean up the edges. Maybe I'll just have it be all forged to shape. I'm gonna think about it, and in the meantime I'll grab my antler, drill a hole through that, and we'll work on burning that antler through. I'm probably gonna have to cut this tang off so it's not so long, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Almost didn't work out, but we managed to make something that looks like an ulu. So alright, so we got our tang cut down. This is the piece of antler that I'm going to use for the handle. So I think that'll look pretty cool. So I'm going to drill a hole through the center here. We'll get this set. I'm going to try to drill a pin through the antler, through the tang as well, you know, before we epoxy it all up, because the brass pin will look nice and give it a little extra strength. So we'll get this locked in the drill press and drill that out. Okay, there we go. We got that fit up. The end of the tang comes up flush with the antler, so do a little bit of sanding just to keep that nice and smooth in the palm of your hand. But yeah, that's the general idea. So you hold it like this. Actually, I kind of envision it being held like this. I'll smooth this out, but there you have it. Alright, there we have it. Got our pin drilled all the way through, so that's a 1/8 pin. Alrighty, there we have it. So, alright, so next thing to do is just grind this blade. We'll quench it and heat treat it. Okay, so the quench came out good, so we'll get this in the oven and get it tempered. Okay, so here's what the knife looks like after the epoxy is dried. We're all in good shape, so I'm just going to grind down the nubs of the brass here that's sticking up. Probably sand this portion up a little bit as well. And since this is antler, I'm going to be wearing a respirator, so I'm not going to be talking your ear off during this section. Alright, seems pretty sharp. So let's get it in the kitchen and see how it performs on some food. Okay, so initially the thought was that you'd grab it like this, put your finger there, but it actually kind of works pretty well like this as well, where this flat part of the antler fits in your palm and you kind of grab the tine up here. So either way works. I guess I'll try it both ways. Yeah, that's pretty easy. So it takes a little bit of a technique practice, a little bit of a roll there. Definitely nice and easy, you know. You have a lot of leverage because you're just pushing straight down on it. Alright, so now we can try, let's try an onion here. Get our ends off. Yeah, works really well for dicing up onions. Yeah, I think with a little practice, someone can get pretty efficient with this. But yeah, it is a little different to use, but definitely works well. So I am happy with it. Okay, well, here's our finished ulu. I would call this a successful project. Came out very close to what I had intended, so really happy with that. I'm happy that I was able to basically forge the blade pretty much to finish. So this whole blade tapers down to the final edge bevel, so that's why it's got kind of a short edge bevel, because it doesn't really need a super long one. But as you can see, it sliced through the potatoes and onions really well. So I found this piece of elk antler at a pet store. That's just a dog chew, but I just thought that the curve of it would complement kind of the curve of the ulu really well, and I couldn't be more happy with this. With the way that this came out, I think it just fits this real nice with the brass pins accenting it. It's just kind of a neat, one-of-a-kind piece. So I won't be able to make one ever again exactly like this. The blade will definitely come out different, and there's not going to be another antler quite like this. But it's nice and comfortable. It's kind of got that S curve to it. So this flat part fits in my hand there really well. You just grab that. Alright, well that's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for all the support. And until next time, be more Viking.